My phone came alive suddenly.
I don't.
Namaste and good evening, everyone. My name is Hari. On behalf of the Executive Council, I want to welcome all of you. Thank you so much for coming on this Sunday evening. Uh, so this is our new initiative. So we are really, this has been a huge demand. We heard from the community members all through the years, but we always wanted to begin this lecture series or interpretation of the text, but due to various reasons, we were not able to start it. But every good thing has to start, and we are here now. So, and so we decided to start with what is dharma, and when we have Manishi, there's no one else better who can start us with this. So, once again, I want to wholeheartedly welcome each and every one of you for taking the time and uh, in the Sunday evening and coming forward to this. I really wish each month we have similar audience and more than this many number of people coming. And I would really wish for this to be a huge success. This is really going to be good for the temple, is what every one of us really wish for. Thank you very much. Over to Manishi, he'll start with the prayer.
Hari Om, namaskaram to everybody. Welcome to our temple. So let's start with our whole everybody's favorite Ganpati Ji's namaskaram. We'll start. Om Ekadantaya vidmahe Vakratundaya dhimahi Tanno Dante prachodayad श्रीमन्महागणाधिपतये नमः अनन्तकोटि नमस्कारान् समर्पयामि. Once again, welcome everybody. So, जैसा कि आप लोग जानते हैं, आप लोग काफी समय से मंदिर से जुड़े हुए हैं. आप लोगों ने इतना कुछ किया है मंदिर के लिए. क्या भगवान ने हमें इतनी शक्ति दी है कि हम आने वाली जनरेशन को बता सके कि हमारी संस्कृति क्या है, हमारे संस्कार क्या है, क्या चीजें हैं जो हमें बाकी लोगों से अलग करती है. What make difference from the others, like from the other society and everything. So, like I feel so fortunate to be here and just like to presenting this Satsang series and like just my little like try. I don't know very much about all those things, just try. So we'll start with the what is dharma, the first topic. When I was told like we are going to start the series, Satsang series, so what should be the topic, how we need to start, like so I was just like thinking like what can be the good topic to know where to start from. So because in the in this present time of era, we like mostly we have a different concept, or we different mindset about the what is dharma, actual dharma is. Because over the period of time we have a like vast amount of knowledge which were like transferred to our generation to generation, our sage rishis and everybody. So, but the mool, like as we say, the mool are very root causes of everything is so little, but they have like broad like what we say, the broad reasons of that. Like we know, everybody has a like different feeling about the dharma. The same thing I feel for that can be different from the same situation, can be different for the other person. So here we will go through our Upanishads, our Vedants are what they says about the dharma, what is the dharma is, how we can, how a person can know what is the dharma, how you will know you are doing the right thing or not. So we'll go through that. Like as you see here, dharmasya rupam pravakshami vedantartha samikshaya yato dharma pravrittischa tatra brahma sanatanam. So in this shlokas, we say इस सनातन ब्रह्म में ही धर्म का रूप है, अर्थात जो सतत सनातन है, which is always there, that is the root of dharma. Which means I will just try to explain with the what our Vedanta says, Upanishads says, dharma, swarup of the dharma in the in our like how it born, how it's like the nature of the dharma. What is the nature of dharma? The base of dharma, the base on which things the dharma is based on, and how a person can go like take even taking a different path, achieve the most of it. So here in our like Indian literature and religious text, dharma is like so many times explained in the different time frames. So we will go through in the from the starting. So our main religious texts are like Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata. From there, which we learn what happened in the our previous time, how our ancestors were, how did they fulfill their duties and everything. So in there they say in the Bhagavad Gita. So Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, so how we define in the dharma. So he defined dharma on the four bases, which is justice, nyaya, karma, what you do, bhakti marg, and gyan. These four are the main aspect which is told by Lord Krishna to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Then here it comes when it comes to the particular word named dharma. What is dharma? Dharma kya hai? So the word means dharma is like fulfill your duties, to know what's right to do and do it. It's not just like we know something is right for us and we are doing. It's that's not what it is. It is like what's rightfully is by the principles made by Upanishads and Vedas, which is good for the society, that is what right is. It's not what if I feel in a particular situation is right, is I'm doing that. It's not that right. The right thing to do is that which we were told according to our principles and Vedas and Upanishads. And then he says the importance of religion has been proved through the religious.
Manish, are we able to interrupt or should
Sure,
we
sure.
hold
Anytime
on our
it-
questions till the
Yeah.
end?
Whenever you have a question, Agad, if you know, just please raise your hand and I'll try to explain it.
Okay, I have one. Basically, who determines what is appropriate and what is right for us if we ourselves don't?
So,
We're not knowledgeable enough to know everything about the Upanishads.
mhm.
So.
How a person know what if
Yeah,
what thing
yeah.
is do if he is doing right or not?
It's the right thing or not.
So there are a couple of things so which we need to in keep in our mind. The first thing is that like we live in a society, right? So like we are live in a society. So society is made by some rules, which depends of the like the larger scale of the people's benefit. It's not like individual benefit how we live in because everybody feel different way. So the same situation can be different for the another person. So we are bound by the rules there. So once it comes there, the second thing comes. Everybody feel the individual feel the different thing. So which is the cause of their actions. They're driven by their actions. So that in this says the manasa vacha karmanaha. Arthat, whatever you do, when these three things combine, means you are on your right path. Manasa means by your soul, by your thinking. Vacha means by what you are saying. That should be same in your thought. It's not. It should not be like that. You are thinking something else, and you like in we say like mumia mitu.
Right.
So it should not be like that. Whatever you in your heart, it should be on your
So
tongue.
purity.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, quick follow-up. For a criminal, he has all the things he determined already.
Mhm.
But he's doing the right thing according to this, vacha, karma, whatever.
It's not because then the first thing, as I said, we are bound by the rules because we are living in society. You do if you are say like if a criminal does something wrong or like it's definitely is wrong. So, but the thing is that he doesn't consider what the society rules are, and it's only depend only when Indanti shastrani nainam dahati pavakah na chainam kledayantyavo na shosheti marutah. So he explained according to when the first chapter of the Gita, when we read this, Arjun Vishad. So what Arjun does feel that because when he said to Lord Krishna, like if the everybody is in front of me is my relatives, how for the just for the kingdom to rule that, if is it good to kill all of them? And it's like they had like very big sena and everything. So, but then Krishna says that like the thing you see here, it's just like in the various form of this, they all are me, and they born from me, and they will going to be back to me. So it's nothing you are doing. Even in form of you, I am going to do the same thing. That's what he said. That's what we will know about what our dharma is in the Upanishads. It's to know the very true nature of your soul to that Paramatma. So that's where we will going to do. Any questions so far? So in this. Sure. So what should be the base of the dharma? How do we know? Like so there are three bases, which is called like three bases we can know about the what is our dharma is. So the first one is, as we all just like talking about that, this is like our texts and literatures with where this comes from. The second thing is like sampradaya or guru ke upadesh. Like because in the this time we are like so busy in like everybody has a different like earning of living, and we cannot just like know, or everybody cannot read the scriptures and literatures because we have so many things others things to do. So very few we know like the second thing we will know about that from the our gurujis and like the sampradaya like which we follows there. And the third, which I personally feel is the most important, is like how individual feel. So because it's not like throughout the life we have a situation what we do, and we do some actions and later on we think that it should not be done by me even. So it's to realization of yourself. So these are the three bases of how like the base of the dharma, to know what the dharma is. So the Shastra, Sampradaya or Anubhav. Then these three are in Shastras. We have like all the explanation about the that Atman and Paramatman, the question answer about them. So what the life is and the nature of life, and how it will become, why it becomes. So all of these we will find in the like our Shastras and literatures. Then we have a Sampradaya with the lectures of our gurujis, and like so we follow a certain kind of path there to know what the dharma is and to fulfill. So it's like it differentiate like on the nature of the environment also, which I have seen. So like so the some things are like in our dharma we follows, like it's depend on according to the where the person used to live also, because where you live you know about that environment, how to preserve that, because we cannot apply everything to everywhere. So that was also the difference when we see, look, oh no, we have so many different so many different thoughts on that. This person said this one, this sampradaya said this one. So it's not just because a person is saying, it's they took care of everything where they see what the need of this particular society and what is the need of this particular environment there. So and then that's why there the third thing comes like is anubhav. So your self experience about that. So how do you feel to do what to do is right, is this is right or this is wrong. And then here we have like so what it does make for society, why it's most important for dharma to follow or to do it, all those things. So what's does now different it make for the society is like so it's a guide for the society which helps a person to move towards morality, harmony, and dedication, which leads to the society for the social justice and harmony to maintain all these things. So here, like from the few Upanishads, we I just took like the main motto of the like the Isha Vasha Upanishad. It says like so what's the meaningful discussion in that these texts is like it is said that here that in the entire world कि संपूर्ण जगत चराचर में जीवात्मा में आत्मता एक है. So it's like it does go bounce over the head like जीवात्मा में आत्मता एक है. And then it says धर्म का अर्थ है सभी प्राणियों में समर्थ भावना को ध्यान में रखकर उनके प्रति करुण भावना का विकास करना, which means it's like as we see the संपूर्ण जगत में जीवात्मा में आत्मता एक होना means like everybody has the same living being inside as we, like even if it's a creature of anything, it's a plant, it's a human or anything. So every living being has the same essence of that pure energy which makes them alive. to believe in that, so how we can just try to make ourselves not to do wrong thing is to know, by knowing that if you are try to hurt someone, or just like you are having a thought about someone, like bad thought, okay, if this person this does to me, so very first thing should come in your mind is that the same person has the same living being as you are. The situation can be different, you can think different, it might be so as we say, like it's written in the six, we can write six somewhere, and the one person is standing behind that and front. So from my perspective it's six, for their perspective it can be nine. So it's the same thing without knowing anything. And one more thing I want to make clear is here. So it's never that because we are human being, we make a lot of mistakes. It doesn't mean even if you know somebody is doing something right, even it's according to society or your, or as you are seeing, it's our duty to stop them. It's not that like we just leave everything to the nature or Bhagwan just to take care of. No, it's not that. He gives us to the knowledge or the power. So what we say is like to understand that what's right and wrong. So we should do that too. It's not just like it is said that okay, our just the main goal is the Atman is to know that Paramatma. So but it's in which cases is that when you are on your own, you are not bound by the rules, and you are not in the not the part of the society. It's not for everybody, and I would never say like everybody needs to go in the same way, because everybody has a different destiny. Their nature of work and everything is different. So once you that's why they made we have like a 4 varnashram, like when you brahmacharya, then you go to the grihas, then you go to vanprastha, and then you go to the sannyas. So this all these things were made by just to make the society in a better place to live in peace and harmony. Yeah. Any questions so far?
Isha Upanishad is the one where there is question answer form, right?
Yeah. So we have in the all the Upanishads we have like the question and answer and the stories of that. So we will go through the based on this one story. I see. So it's like really good to know, and like just when we go more into deep into that, it's just like blow the mind. It's like does go sometimes over the bounds. Even we are just nothing to understand, but like we try to understand all these things, and I think you'll find the like really good meaning in that story. I really like that story, which is like from the Chandogya Upanishad, so which is coming the next one. So next one is coming. So this is the story from the Chandogya Upanishad, where Shvetketu, there was a children whose name was Shvetketu, and who was the son of Aruni Uddalak Shis, our Shis ancestor. So after completing his education, when he come from the Gurukul to his home, so then his father asked him, like, so what's your next move? Do you want to practice more Vedas, or you just want to get married? By listening that, the Shvetketu answered to his father, he said, like, first let me win the Sabha. That time used to have like a bigger charcha, used to have like we said charcha in that time. So where they group discussion, as you say this time now. So let me win that Sabha, and then you can decide. So by listening that, so the Aruni Rishi just he felt so bad for them, bad for him. So he see that he got the ego and abhiman. Just so then he becomes like sad. Then his wife asked him, "What happened? Why are you sad?" So he said he just came with the burden of like all just like verbal knowledge. He doesn't ever even understand what's the meaning of the Vedas and all these things. So when he comes from there, just send him to me. So then he come and he asked. Then Rishi asked to him, "Do you know?" So he is like the. Do you know? By knowing him, you will know what is unknown. So in Hindi, it's that like क्या तुम उसे जानते हो जिसको जानने के बाद जो अज्ञात है वो ज्ञात हो जाता है. So then he said, नहीं, मुझे तो इसके बारे में कुछ बताया नहीं गया, ये क्या ऐसा क्या है जिसको जानने के बाद. Then he took him to outside and then he shows him a soil. He gave him soil and he told him, like, so by just looking at the soil or knowing the soil, now you know all the like the pots are there in the house or everywhere. The main like what we say, main material of that is soil. So now you know everything is soil. So that's what he said here to him. Like जैसे उन्होंने कहा कि जिस तरह तुम मिट्टी को जान लेते हो तो मिट्टी के सभी बर्तनों को जान लेते हो, तो उसका मूलभूत तत्व क्या है जिसको तुम जान लेने से. So that's why he said, like, this is the root cause of that is in everything. Like that's tattvamasi, that comes tattvamasi. So this is you and this is me, the same thing we are made by. Then Shwetketu asked him the another question, like how did it, like if it's come like this thing and how it can be like so different on outside, like as we are. Then he says here, वह सर्वोच्च सत्य चेतना है, इसी से सारे संसार में जन्म लिया है, तुम वही हो. लेकिन यह एक सत्य चेतना से विविधता से भरे जगत की उत्पत्ति कैसे हुई. So then he asked, like, how did this the big totally different from each other and everything, how did this become like the in the creation, how does the everything happen. Then he shows him, like then he shows him the what's the bargad ke seeds, the bargad ke ped ke seeds. Then he said, like, now you see this is so tiny seed, but how it becomes so big one, this one, the bargad, the tree, how it's formulated in the big tree. And from this tree, and is there like so many, like millions or millions of trees are there. So the same things happen from that one pure soul creation. From there we all came up in the existence. Then he goes, then he said, then he gave him a salt and a glass of water, and then he asked him to mix it. And then he had another question. The Shwetketu has the third question, and then he asked, like, so then he showed him that tree, and then he asked the third question, like, how do I know? It's like everything is every living being has the same essence. How would, and we cannot even see that. How do we know the same thing? So where to start from? Then he said, just bring the glass of water and salt. Then he mixed it with that, and then he asked him to drink it from the top, middle, and the bottom part. Then he asked, so how is it make any difference to you, or like was it something different? Then he says, no, it's like the same from everything. So now then he said, like the same by this exam, we all have the same, that Atman, which is come from the soul, same pure energy, is divided into everything. So this is the whole world, is that Chetana, is that consciousness. So that's we, even without seeing, we can taste that. So that's why we try to see. So like in every human being, we have they have the same soul too, without even making the bad intention. So that's what we see is that from here, it's like there are difference between like knowing and knowledge. So there are big difference between knowing and knowledge. Jankari hona is different and gyan hona is different. Two different things. And one more thing I heard somewhere that was like really nice to know. If you doesn't know something, there is nothing bad to admit it, because you may never know the power of I don't know. Because if I believe in something, then and just if I believe in something, that means the door is closed for me. I cannot go furthermore from that point. But if I don't know about something, and so that opens me a like infinite amount of like the everything to know, because that can be anything. So it depends when as we heard in the first time, like it depends like on the individual how you feel it. So never ever bind you by yourself by like some beliefs or anything. Beliefs can be because it is made for the society to function. It's not a personal thing to like to go on or to work on, because when we go like in a mall you are going, some office work you are going, so to function that they made a rules is that, but how you feel going there, that what makes a difference to you. It's not everybody goes from the home, everybody like people are spending now more time in their offices than their home, but when they are in their working their office, they are not peaceful harmony because they are trying to be in the race from each other. Even they know like next 40 years they are going to spend their time with those peoples. Instead of being peaceful and harmony with them, they are trying to just go, okay, no, I'm better than you, you are better than, and just when we go home, so the thing we take from our workplace is like either what we are thinking, our thoughts. So the same thing we put out on our families. We make them feel like they haven't even done anything bad yet. So even we make them feel so bad for them too. So
We all are same, as you said, that you're coming from the same source, okay? Even in the same family, if there are 10 people, they all will be different. The way of thinking is different. Some are good people, some are good soul, what we call it, because they do all the good things. And some from the same family, they are the bad people. What makes them different?
So what makes it like? Just tell me one thing. You went from the home, okay? You went from the home. You have 2 children. You gave them safe
Education and everything.
just for example, you went one evening, you went from home and you went there, you're sitting there and you just like you were tired, and then you brought from them like just candy or fruits, 2 fruits for them. So when you gave to them, they were so happy one by getting that, and one came to you and sit on you and just gave it to you. Would you eat or you give it to bed, or how would you feel that time?
No, I will feel very appreciative that, he's so considerate that, he's giving part of his candy to me.
So you will feel, even you are not hungry, you will feel so happy.
Happy.
How we are different, even living with the same and how born in the same family or everything. That's what your question is. So we are differentiate between when we as a person born and as we start like to understand this world or Maya, that's called Maya. As we start the like Maya try to catch us, and each one feel the different. You cannot say you love your like all your both children the same way. You cannot.
No, I love the kids the same way.
No, you
But
cannot.
He says you cannot.
That's what I'm saying. You
That's
cannot,
what you missed.
because your love would be but it's not like just when they don't understand anything. No, it's not that time. It's the time when they are they understand, and then by their action you love them. By their action our things get changed, right? So that's how we do. Our actions determine our like how what we are the outcome would be that. So that's what it is like. It's not like just a little baby that definitely everybody love just them, but when their actions makes them difference. So that's the same. That's the karma siddhant is there. So that's why I said.
So basically, it's the karma which determines.
Yeah, everybody is just like that's what it is. Karma.
Dharma is karma.
Basically, the circumstances where they grow up, when they go up, mix with the society, their minds are, tuned to those, society, to whatever. That's how they are different.
Yeah, that's
When
how they are
born, they are
different.
same.
As we see in the like even the present time, where the countries having wars, where there are some countries are so peaceful and happy, definitely their future of their children, kids would be too much different from each other. So that's how we. That's what they say. Like our in the on these past years, our sages makes the rules to function the society, which should be implement all the time. not just to take like, okay, no, we can break this. It was for the society, and those who want to know that, like, what's the how we become in existence or everything functions is those took the certain level of their on their individual things. So that's how we know, like Maharshi Vyas, Vishwamitra, Vasishtha, and all these things. That's how we know, because they work on their individual sadhanas to know. It's not that they were just roaming around in the society and know that. No, it's not that. They work on that to know their very true nature of their existence, and that's how they know. That's how a person know. But being in a society, functioning and just working in the society, it's our duty to maintain the peace and harmony among us between like work, family, or like anywhere in the places.
So are you saying that there is societal dharma versus individual dharma?
No.
Dharma one has to practice as a family man, as a husband, each is different.
Exactly. So the different, it can be the nature of the dharma can be different, but dharma is not. For example, see, a person is a brahmachari, right? So what can be the dharma is for him?
Sadhana.
Study, we say, and to be get ready for the next phase of his life, right? That's what he worked for. What can be the dharma for a grahast?
Take care of family.
Take care of family,
Family.
right? Taking care of family. But and what can be the for the vanprastha, sannyas? To know. So these are like the fixing things which we know. But the thing is that like for the brahmachari, for the grahast, for the vanprastha, and for the sannyas, the same dharma is to fulfill their duties, right?
So maybe that is where one can understand what a dharma is also is.
Exactly.
When one
So the definition of dharma can change according to your profession.
No, it's not.
No.
Your nature of work can be changed, but not the dharma can be changed. Definitely, you would be doing the right thing to do. That would be the dharma. It's not like if even it's like, for example, somebody is working on the like system or like making big supercomputer, and somebody is cleaning the society. They are fulfilling their dharma. There's no difference. Would be definitely there can be difference by their living standard, paying whatever it is, just for this material world. There won't be any difference when it goes to there.
So karma can be different, but you're
Dharma is the
but
same.
you're
Yeah.
aiming for the same dharma
Same.
by doing different actions, but your main goal is
So I read a story about this one. So there was a one series. He was doing a big like sadhana. He was like doing like years of sadhana, and he attained some like special powers that time. And then what happened? One time he was sitting on down to a tree, and he was doing his sadhana. So there was a bird sitting on that. So there was a bird sitting on that, and he make bad on him, and he becomes so angry that time. So when he become the angry, then he saw him like with the 10 eyes, and the bird goes burned right away on the branch. So then he felt little bad, and then he went to take the bhiksha in the village. So when he asked on the one house there, and then he said like bhiksham dehi there, but nobody shows up. Then he waited for a couple of minutes. Then he again said nobody shows up. A few minutes later, there's a lady came, and she came and she gave him like the bhiksha, whatever it was, and he was angry because he was waiting, and then he was angry. He told, "How could you make a sand wait on your door? What can be more of this one?" So he was angry. Then she said to him, "I'm not the bird. You can just burn." And he was like so amazed. Even how could she even know? She's just like little domestic, like living in a house. How could she knows about this thing? So he was like so, and he just like completely like gone from like out of mind. And then he asked, "How would you know?" I was just by even you are doing your duties. I was just taking care of my husband to there. So he was sick. It's not just you do, if you are doing like this sadhana every time, that's called the sadhana. No, even fulfilling your grahasthashram duty is the biggest sadhana you can do if you are in that ashram. So that's how it is. It's not just like one person. Definitely, our work can be different. Everything can be different, but the same thing we need to do. That's what we say. Like it should be like for the social justice to be in the like peace and harmony. The dharma is to do the right thing.
Yeah. So I divided that into three categories: Sanatana Dharma,
Mm-hmm.
Manaviya Dharma,
Mm-hmm.
and the third one is ethics, professional ethics.
Mm-hmm.
So when you classify those three,
Mm-hmm.
they are totally different or they are subsets of each other.
So it's like literally I said like just a few moments ago. So when we go deeper into the one thing like the dharma, if even we go deeper into the dharma, so we will find just Atman and Paramatman, right? They are just like one thing. Even like we go more deeper, we will just see the Paramatman. Everything comes from the existence from there, right? When we go out, we go on just on the surface level. It's like this. If we see this, like then Sanatan Dharma is like two, where we talks about our ethics, our justice, our nyaya priyata, and everything. Where we talk about the, and then Manav Dharma comes where the like Arjuna has to fight with his own siblings and everybody, because it was the call of that time to make the peace in the world that time, because everything was. Started to like just go bad in that time. And what was the third one? Yes, sir.
The actual ethics, your professional ethics, they have some rules. They look like dharmas.
Yeah, exactly. To be a function in the like definitely it's like where the work ethics mean is what to function better there, to be get something out of it. Is that's what it is.
So these are all subsets. Actually, there's one dharma and these are all subsets of one.
Yeah, you can say that like it's like when we come from the like from the dharma and we can just differentiate between these things
Okay,
according
thank
to
you.
our
I
profession.
don't want to take too much time, but thank you.
I have a question. When this, according to you, you were saying Vyasji and Vishwamitra and all, they in their sadhana during their meditation, they saw the betterment of the society, and that's why they laid down these rules. I am getting stuck on why the dharma was even created by our scriptures long time back. The thing that I'm really struggling right now is there is a saying that the children are not taking care of the parents. Like in India, they are talking about this quite a bit. And I feel like the parents are having the children because they wanted to have the children. Like children did not ask them that you should give birth to me. Now you have taken care of the children. Now you turn around. Our scripture says that the children are your custodians. You are supposed to raise them till they are 16, 18, and then they are gone. Then why are we now, if that is the truth and that's the dharma for the parents, then where is this expectation from the children's side coming, like children should take care of parents?
So see now what happened is just tell me, just look at the like 200 years back, 300 years back. Was even a thing in our society? Did you ever think about your parents never took care of you? Do you ever feel that you never took care of your parents, or like you don't want to? So the thing is that like when we it comes to the dharma or the present state of like our society is that it's just because like we are just so limited on our children is to just send them in a better place to the school, better just like they can just grow up to earn their living. We never teach them what is our culture is, what is our traditions are, and what is the more values of the life. We never teach them. Do we? Never. We even don't consider these things right nowadays, because what we want our children to be success, not to be a person, to be success of what we say. Yeah, it's like a kind of machine we are doing. It's not, we cannot like blame either parents or either children.
No, my question is not that. My question is how would dharma for the children written? That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying if the children are following or not.
Mhm.
Why was the dharma written for the children? Like what
It's-
dharma was written
Yeah.
for the children?
So
When
first thing is,
Vishwamitra ji wrote, for example.
so first thing is that it's not written for anything, because at a one time you were child, at a one time you become someone daughter, you become parent, and at time you become grandparents. So it's never written for a person, at an individual level, right? So it is to make things better functioning society, to understand they implement it to like how we know we are growing or we are just living in a place where. So that's how we know it's not written for like the parents dharma is that. No, it's made by us to make a better society.
That was my question. So the dharma is for the society. So if if you don't live in a society, then those rules don't apply to you.
You cannot live out of the society.
Why? If I went and lived,
The dharma for the child is also to take care of their family.
Exactly.
So that is the current interpretation of, our interpretation that the child should take care of the family. Why?
No.
Yeah.
So
So-
what I'm saying
Just-
is
it's a
that
simple
it is
It's
the
because society
family-
should go on. That's
No,
why.
the family is a big entity. It's forward
Mhm.
and family is also backward,
No, but what
right? So I have certain responsibilities
Mhm.
to my elders and I have a certain responsibility to my children
Mhm.
and so on. This whole caretaking thing is, I think, a new interpretation.
No, it's not. It was always there. One second. Yeah. Let me just answer this one. So it was always there. The thing is that now we are becoming more and more individual inside ourselves. Just tell me how many of us nowadays sitting with the family together aside our from like phones. I don't think so. Even one person would be there. Because we are giving more importance the non-existence thing, which is like we are neglecting our everything. Instead of even we've seen like so many examples on the internet, like even it's a parents, it's a children, it's nothing. They are just like stuck in the cell phones and everything, just because they think it's like. It's not good to show what their emotions are towards their family, or they don't feel, or whatever it is. So that's the baddest thing can happen to the society or like in a family, because everybody's sitting together, not even having a conversation about how was your day. How many times did we ask like our children, how was your day, or like parents, how do you feel there? No, but definitely we ask the person who just like nothing, not even like going to come here and just like how are you?
Text you, man. I'll text you.
I always ask, but I get the answer. It was good.
What happens if society gets bad?
That's it.
What happens if society starts?
Okay, so here let understand first thing what society is. This is society.
Society is made of people.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm just going to give a stupid example,
Mhm.
like, Hamas.
Mhm.
Okay, according to them, they are doing the right thing, they're
Mhm.
protecting their own people. Okay?
From what?
From the cruelty of Israel.
From
they,
the people?
They want their own independence, okay?
Mhm.
This is political example,
Yeah.
I don't want to go, but I'm just going to give that.
Mhm.
Okay, here is the other side of the canal,
Mhm.
river is Israel,
Mhm.
and they're protecting their own people,
Mhm.
and they think they are doing right.
Mhm.
So both the societies cannot be right or wrong because they're fighting.
Yeah, so the both persons cannot be same at the right at the same
That was
time.
Mahabharata. Yeah, but that was Mahabharata. You have to.
So-
But that they don't call the Mahabharata, but that's
So-
it's not present time.
Yeah, okay, so
This has to go on.
So okay, so when it comes to the political views, So just think about that as the like what would be the like wrongdoing of the newborn children, those who are getting killed and everything. They haven't done anything. They didn't even understand themselves and everything, right? So that one thing you see like so okay, this side of the people are doing good and this according to themselves. So that's why there comes these all these things, literature, and I think Naitikta, social justice, and what should be the peaceful and harmony of the society. It's not destroying each other. Even if you are having, that's the main root cause thing was to know that Atman, from your Atman to know that from Paramatman. So that was the root cause. So either other things can we are thinking it's not the dharma is at all. It's nothing. It's not even a consideration of the dharma that people are doing nowadays. So it's just to like few people wants to rule few people's like more big picture of the people. So they implement these things, and it is like it's not just like 1 year or 1 day's work. They did for generations for that, and that's the like outcome of it. So until it was in that like Treta, it was in Dwapar, it was like every time that was the same thing. So and the those evil thoughts or to try to hurt someone, so it comes just from there. It starts from there, and when you implement over the period of time, it comes out. So it's you cannot say this one is right, you cannot say this one is wrong. But by looking at the point of society, definitely they would be wrong from the both side. Even one are just taking care of like more and more to completely destroying this, but still they are doing wrong.
You look at the bigger
Bigger
picture.
picture. So we would never like just to take on an individual level to a large people of group. So those are two separate different things. So they would be like considered as a different thing. So
Yeah.
So
yeah.
from her question, so if each one of us, we do our dharma, like of doing the right thing, always fulfilling our responsibilities in the right way. So if we go on an individual level, then as a society, we cannot go bad, right? We would be good in
But
that
that
way.
doesn't happen.
That's what called
Yeah,
Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
So Kali Yuga it means like it's yeah.
So isn't that called Swadharma? So once Swadharma is more important than us going ahead and doing a dharma, which I would like to do this for the bigger cause.
Okay.
So which is more important, performing one's Swadharma first, and I mean I've heard this performing one's own Swadharma imperfectly is better
than doing others dharma,
other
right?
dharma.
Doing rightly. So what I would say is the thing is that let's see. So for me, you are my friend, you are my colleague, right? For your wife, you are a like good husband. For your children, you are a good father. For your parents, you are a good son. Who are you? One person or so many?
Still one.
Yeah.
Still one, right? Being a one person, doing everything for like, and how do you know? So just because your connection with all these people are different. So that's what we feel the difference. So that's what is either we call it Sanatan Dharma, Swadharma, Mana Dharma. Comes to the center point is only you.
Yeah. So that is coming to that older question someone asked. So one person is fulfilling multiple, one person is donning multiple clothes.
No, do you think like you are doing something different? It's like when it comes to the like when we talk about on this, but it never occurs to your mind. You are like when you comes to me or you're talking to your friend, do you change your personality or some thoughts into your mind? You never do. Even when you go to your home, you never do. You never even think of that. Like it comes automatically by your very true nature of what you are.
Actually, dharma is Sanatana Dharma is Hindu Dharma. And there are other dharmas, depending on the religion. It looks like that. So the Muslims, they have their own dharmas, maybe very similar to ours, mostly. But maybe they're different somewhere. They're not exactly the same.
So, like...
My question again,
Sure.
Our Sanatana Dharma is Hindu Dharma. And we have other religions, they have their dharmas. But as we are all the same human beings, we have commonality in dharmas, but there are some differences also.
Mhm.
That's why they think by killing people, we don't kill enemies, but they kill enemies. That's their rule. That's it.
So let me put it this way. So as you say, like Sanatan Dharma, we have different kind of dharma. So I won't say it's like there are those are even dharmas or like to consider to be a dharma, because the very very base of the dharma is to be in a peaceful or like harmonious way. How can you signify one thing which is not peaceful, which is not a true base nature of the dharma, can be a dharma?
We don't say that according to them because they grew
So
up.
it's like when it comes to according to a them or personal individual, it's totally
each
different.
one's own interpretation.
Yeah,
So when
exactly.
the dharma,
So
when the
it's not.
rishis,
We cannot be considered as a dharma or like
Okay, go ahead.
But religion, isn't it, dharma is supposed to propagate society. So when, let's say, your individual dharma comes in, your duties towards your family come in conflict with society. Let's say you're working in an Indian government office. You take a 2 lakh bribe. Does it hurt anybody? No. I mean, you could say it can, it cannot, right? But it certainly benefits your family. You think that way, right? And you take the bribe, right? But that is still wrong for society because so we should not take the bribe ideally, right?
So that's why it came when earlier I said it should be manasa vacha karmana.
Exactly.
If you are taking bribe, definitely you know the causes of that. It will be bad impact of either of this way. It's going to make a bad impact on that.
On society. That's
On
why
society, individual, you can take it and you will get by yourself. So here it's like it. Well, we were in Gurukul, so we'll know like what does make a difference between the people, because a newborn never did commit anything or anything, right? So
no, but newborn also carries past karma, right?
yeah, that's where I'm coming. So how would we know? Like it's like by doing all these things. So that's our sages were like. So they were like those knowledge. They kept that like preservation of all these knowledge. So they knew you get the things all by based on your karma, everything. Definitely you haven't done because you came in this came into the human life is to get all of these to attain that salvation, moksha state. So that's the like ultimate goal for this Atman, like to the soul being in the existence.
So, in order to explain, the karma, you have to be a believer in reincarnation.
I would say you need not to be a believer of anything. You need to be a knower of everything. Being a believer and being a knower is two different things. Our Sanatan Dharma was never based on any beliefs. It's totally clear. It's never been. Even just look at the bigger picture. Even in the Mahabharata time, when Arjuna asked Lord Krishna himself so many questions to understand. So only until he wasn't understand, then he did the war. And even it's like all the eras we read the stories of Ramayana, Mahabharata. So we were always the seeker of the knowledge, never the believer. So always seek, and then you do. It will be like to do fulfilling your duties and dharma.
Very good.
For thought, you go home and think and then.
Think about the learning.
Can I see the story in English?
Yeah, sure.
मेरा कितनी बार बोला कि नहीं सीख लो।
Next
Sunday was
once a month.
We should aim